Yeah, my coffee grinder seems to be okay. It's got 3 settings. It's got a coarse setting, a medium setting, and a fine setting. And of course, I chose the coarse setting just to mirror my particular personality. Yeah, as I was saying, there was 3 different settings on this particular coffee grinder, so it's a little bit more upmarket than the basic model. And so apparently I needed to be on the one that's actually coarser. The coarse one is the one I need, because I've got what they called in the instructions a French press system, which is what their way of calling a plunger coffee is French press. Maybe it's an Americanism, I'm not sure. I never heard that term before, but that's what they're referring to. So it does have the setting required. I've washed it, so it's ready to go. But what I found out was apparently plunger coffee is the nature of the filter used, because it's a metal filter. It doesn't filter out the bad stuff when it comes to high cholesterol and what have you, that component of the actual coffee. And so I never knew there was a health warning about that type of coffee. Apparently, if you use percolated and what have you, using a paper filter, and that is much more effective at sifting out those. There's 2 chemicals that basically can lead to high cholesterol. I'm actually taking medication anyway for that, so I don't know if it's a big deal. I have 1 cup, but it's a big cup, and the cup, they say you should, if you have any more than say 4 cups a day, but their cups are like 4 ounces, 4 fluid ounces. It's very small, and I get a big mug, and I reckon mine it'd be 16, so it's the equivalent of 4 in just one serve for me. So yeah, news you don't want to hear, but I do other stuff that I've never had any problems with high blood pressure or anything like that. I've got low blood pressure, so that's always a good thing. So I don't know, you can't just live in fear, cringing, you know, at the chance of something going wrong. It's, you know, you need to just realise I went down the wrong bloody streets further. I'm going to First Choice to see if I can get that champagne, but I've gone the wrong way again. It's 1 more block down the road. Oh, wouldn't know I'd live here, did you? Actually, I'll just go, if this bloody Cairns taxi guy gets out of the way, I'll cut across, because at least I've got shade on the other side of the road. Oh, that's better. Whew. Yeah, the sun's a killer. Really is at this time of year. I seem to pick out every single car. Like, it's not exactly busy in Cairns going up to peak hour, but I have a knack of getting all the cars. Anyway, but so yes, I found out that bad news about the coffee. You know, but then again, there's dangers in everything in life. I mean, if you're going to be worried about getting, well, it's a high density. I think, well, I forget what they're called. I'll put it up on screen just see what I'm talking about. There's 2 chemicals anyway, and they're not desirable. And apparently paper filters will filter them out, but not so the wire ones. So, much to my chagrin. But anyway, it's, I'll try the freshly ground coffee maybe tomorrow. We'll see how we go. I'm pretty well finished with the other pack I've got anyway. So, we'll see how fresh it is. Apparently still supposed to store the beans in a vacuum sealed container. So I don't know. Don't think go to that much trouble, but yeah. Yeah, too much information sometimes. Sometimes you're better off being ignorant. But look, I've cheated death over the last 10 years, so I shouldn't even be here. So it's all bonus stuff for me. So yeah, like you can't just cringe and hide in the corner and go, woe is me, and it's all too dangerous. And you know, you've got to take rational precautions, but you don't want to live in fear. That's not the way to live. Anyway, I'll try to go back to First Choice and hope they got the champers in stock. They did say it was supposedly in cans when I went there about 4 hours ago. Surely by now they've been delivered. Well, you never know. This could be a wild goose chase, but I'll see. The bus driver really checked my ticket out too, because it's a daily ticket. I had it in half, and apparently you've got to show the whole thing, which includes the date on the bottom. I can't even see it, so I have to get up really close to wait to see it anyway. So I'm not super observant. Well, I finally got the champers. Thank God. It wasn't in there. It hadn't actually been put in the shelves, so it was empty. And I thought, oh no, they still haven't got it. But they had on the trolley ready to take to be offloaded at the shelves. So I finally got it. I'll see what this stuff like. It's obviously very popular. So we'll see. Well, that's good. Now I can have a Guinness. Oh, I'm sweating already. I only walked a couple of blocks and I'm already sweating. That's how bad it is. Yeah, it's pretty hot. It is a lot less hectic at that place though, I've got to say. It's a more pleasant shopping experience than Murphy's. And I don't need a bus ticket to get there, so... like I say, it depends what they're selling. They've got some things that are cheaper. They don't have the Beefeater's still cheaper at Lozat Liquorland when they had it for 38. But they've got it there for 40, so it's the same price. So it's just good to know, another outlet I can go to and get some, sometimes you get a quite good bargain, so you just got to pick and choose. So we'll see. Whew. Okay, I've got a bit of a story to tell about my subscriber. She had quite an incident, and I'll explain that to you when I've got my Guinness and settle it down and outline how that all panned out. A good ending, thank God, but yeah, a bit of trauma there for her on supposed holiday. She had quite a bit of stress, so I'll outline that when I've been served a nice cold Guinness. Yeah, I was going to give you a little anecdote about the subscriber who came up to had a bit of grief the other day, but I got sidetracked at PJ's because they brought in the electronic tracking system, and it's a pain in the ass. Those QR codes never work. I tried it. I tried it several times. It didn't work once. So then I tried the SMS system, and I put in the wrong code, so I didn't even. It gave me a message saying it actually hadn't been able to track me. Although I'd sent a message to them anyway, so they've got a record of something there. You have to give your full name and email address, which I did. So I think if whatever happens, I'll still be able to work it out, because they gave me an error message, so they obviously received it. It's just a farce, the whole thing. It just I know that a few people around me were having trouble logging in as well. It's a real pain in the ass. I'm sure the staff aren't happy. It's just another imposition upon everybody because of the politicians who just think they're protecting us, or they think there's votes to be won by being perceived as protecting us, is probably a better way of putting it. So I didn't have a chance to have a chat about that on camera. I didn't feel like doing any filming. I was just pissed off and just wanted to finish my Guinness and get out of there, which I did. There's a major problem. We don't have any sparkling mineral water generic version anyway from Woolworths. A guy who's stacking gave me the intel, and he said basically they're not even giving us a time frame when it's going to be available. So that's just perfect for up here. We really need lots of mineral water because it's so bloody hot. And I don't know if Coles is going to still have enough. I mean, apart from anything else, all the people that go to Woolworths will have to go to Coles to get their supply. So they'll be have extra demand, and maybe they've got the same supply, in which case we're all stuffed. So all we can get is still mineral water. You might as well just have tap water if that's the case. So it's pretty annoying. It's never happened before, but it seems like we're getting into a period now where things like toilet paper, basic things like mineral water. This is the new normal for these politicians, usually billionaires who always have all the money and have all the resources, and they won't ever be doing without. Are telling the rest of us to do. So anyway, my my subscriber Lynette, who contacted me, she rang me up rather distressed a couple of days ago, because what had happened was that she went up to this place, I think it's called Sugarland or something. It's a water park, and it's up at Edmonton. It's a fair distance from the city, at least half-hour drive, I think. And she deposited she had 2 backpacks, and one of them she put her credit cards and her cash and everything into a locker, and forgot about it. And when she left, she only took the other backpack, not the one that had the valuables in it. So she got back to the city and discovered that she hadn't taken the one that she really needed, and the place closes at 5 p.m, and that was basically after 5 that she told me this, so she was screwed. So she's trying to desperately work out how to get back there with very limited cash. She had to top up her petrol on her hire car, had to be up at full tank, so that almost blew about half of her available cash. And so we still went out and had a drink at the pier. That was quite nice, but before we got there, she made her way to the car park, and then for some inexplicable reason, it's not an inexplicable reason, there is a reason, but it seemed inexplicable at the time, she just basically drove out of the car park. And then we were sort of wandering around Central Coast trying to find our way back into the car park, and I asked her, why did you leave the car park? And then she just admitted she was freaking out.
Come on, go talk about them.
Sorry?
Talk about them, they come up there and they pull up here, and then they coming around here like these snow flavor. Bring it then.
Please consider subscribing to my channel if you think there's anything there of use to you, or entertainment or whatever, and either do that or give me a thumbs up, or if you're feeling really energetic, do both. That'd be great.